Version app, Amplified Bible, Classic Edition, 1 Samuel 13. Saul was 40 years old when he began to reign, and when he had reigned 2 years over Israel, Saul chose 3,000 of Israel, 2,000 were with him in Michmash and hill country of Bethel, and 1,000 with Jonathan of Gibeah and Benjamin. The rest of the men he sent away, each one to his home. Jonathan smote the Philistine garrison at Gibeah, and the Philistines heard it, and Saul blew the trumpet throughout the land, saying, "Let the Hebrews hear." All Israel heard that Saul had defeated the Philistine garrison, and also that Israel had become an abomination to the Philistines. And the people were called out to join Saul in Gilgal. And the Philistines gathered to fight Israel, 30,000 chariots, 6,000 horsemen, and troops like sand on the seashore in multitude. They came up and encamped the Michmash, each of Bethaven. When the men of Israel saw that they were in a tight situation, for their troops were hard pressed, they hid in the caves, holes, rocks, tombs, and pits in the cisterns. Some Hebrews had gone over to the Jordan to the land of Gad and Gilead. As Saul had, he was still Gilgal, and all the people followed him trembling. Saul waited 7 days according to the set time Samuel had appointed. But Samuel had not come to Gilgal, and the people were scattered from Saul. So Saul said, "Bring me the burnt offering and the peace offering." And he offered the burnt offering, which he was forbidden to do. And just as he finished offering the burnt offering, behold, Samuel came. Saul went out to meet and greet him. Samuel said, "What have you done?" Saul said, "Because I saw that the people were scattered from me, and that you did not come within the days appointed, and the Philistines were assembled at Michmash, I thought the Philistines would come down now upon the Gilgal and have not made supplication to the Lord. So I forced myself to offer a burnt offering." And Samuel said to Saul, "You have done foolishly, and you have not kept the commandment of the Lord your God, which he commanded you. For the Lord would have established your kingdom over Israel forever. But now your kingdom shall not continue. The Lord has sought out David, a man after his own heart, and the Lord has commanded him to be prince over and rule over his people, because you have not kept what the Lord commanded you." And Samuel went up from Gilgal and Gibeah of Benjamin, and Saul remembered that people that were left with him, only about 600. Saul and Jonathan his son and people with him remained in Gibeah of Benjamin, but the Philistines encamped in Michmash. And the raiders came out of the Philistine camp in 3 companies. One company turned toward Ophrah and to the land of Shaul. Another turned toward Beth-horon, and the other toward the border overlooking the valley of Zibeon, toward the wilderness. Now there was no metal worker to be found throughout all the land of Israel. And the Philistines said, "Lest the Hebrews make swords or spears," but each of the Israelites had to go down to the Philistines to get his plowshare, mattock, axe, and sickle sharpened. And the price of the plowshares and the mattocks was a pim, and a third of a shekel of axes, and setting goads with resulting blunt edges on the sickles, mattocks, forks, axes, and goads. So on the day of battle, neither sword nor spear was found, and the hand of any of the men who were with Saul and Jonathan's, but Saul and Jonathan his son had them. And the garrison of Philistines went out to the pass of Michmash.